Hello and welcome to the We Recommend podcast. This is a movie podcast where every week we recommend a movie for you to watch and then come back here to listen to us talk about. I'm Jesse.
I'm Jason.
And we are FBI agents. Today we recommend Point Break.
And chin beards.
And chin beards. So, did you like this movie?
Yes and no.
I hate him. He's kicked off the podcast. Gracie, get on the mic.
I'm curious to know what makes this one of your favorite movies.
Well, it's just like a classic 90s action movie. They're all kind of like this, but it's, I don't know, it's Keanu Reeves' first action movie.
And was this his
like
first?
Swayze's last great movie?
Yeah, I thought Swayze was great.
Yeah.
Not Keanu.
This is what you get with Keanu. He's put in like actually like maybe like a handful of great performances that were like, oh, he's a good actor. This one, it's like, that's Keanu Reeves.
He's got a body.
I mean, it's like there's like a part towards the end where Dr. Cox from Scrubs is talking to him. Was it like McGinley or whatever his name is? What is it? What is the part? Oh, yeah. It's like he's like handcuffed because he was a part of the bank heist at the end.
Uh-huh.
He's got his hands on him. He's like, take your hands off me. It's so bad. That's what, I don't know. I guess it's...
Was this Keanu Reeves' first taste of blood?
It's all of it.
Could this be considered like
it started everything for him.
Could it be the bloodlust that started John Wick?
Yeah, it's the first time he did like the whole like going through gun ranges process, like learning how to fight. This started it all. This was it. Because like before this, it was what, Bill and Ted?
Yeah.
Like the first Bill and Ted. He did like he's great in that. But that's the thing.
He's great at air guitar.
That's him. That's just the way he sounds. That's who he is. Yeah. Except like more exaggerated. And you don't notice
that until you watch this movie.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
Well, and the thing is, there's like a Gus Van Sant movie that he did like a couple years before this called My Own Private Idaho.
Never heard of it.
And it's with him and like River Phoenix, Walking Phoenix's brother. He's really good in it. He's kind of similar, but it's more of a serious performance. He's really good in that. And it's like, oh, yeah, this guy can act. And then you go to this movie. I will say this is a bad movie.
But I could see why you would like it.
But it's a masterpiece. I don't know what to say.
It's kind of like Chihuahuas, how they're so ugly they're cute.
Mm-hmm. But the thing is, this is actually a good movie. I can just understand why people would be like, why do you like this so much? It's silly and dumb. But then it's like, talk about any Arnold movie. Other than the Terminators, those are perfect and you can't say they're a bad movie or I kill you. But it's like, I don't know, any Jean-Claude Van Damme movie.
Sure.
Like Bloodsport.
Yeah, terrible.
So the thing is, that movie's actually boring in spots. This movie, it's like just... Because you do have good actors in this.
Yeah.
Swayze.
I think Swayze killed it.
What's her name? Lori Petty.
Yeah.
She's great. Gary Busey.
Before the act.
How many episodes are we going to bring in Gary Busey? We got his son in movies. And then it's JohnC.McGinley.
Oh, yeah.
He's the best. When he pops up in a movie, I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah,
we did Office Space. He's in 7 other movies that I'm blanking on.
Sure.
He pops up and he's always so just pissed off and everything.
He's so good at being angry.
That's the best part of it all. But yeah, so I guess technically this movie it's kind of a cult movie, but I don't know. It made like 83 million total at the box office, 43 domestic, which is a failure considered like the amount that they paid, like the money was.
Considered a flop?
But the thing is, everybody loves this. Yeah. I mean, I guess it wasn't a horrible flop, but it was.
It's just kind of like a little flop. Not like a belly flop, but like a I don't know, like a face flop.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Face palm.
I don't know.
But so it came out the weekend after Terminator 2. The director of Point Break is Catherine Bigelow. You know who she was married to?
Deuce Bigelow.
No. Not the European gigolo. But she was married to James Cameron, who directed Terminator 2.
Nice.
They were like married 89 to 91.
Did he transfer his directing talent through his semen?
No, I think she was just no. We're actually going to end up doing another Catherine Bigelow movie called Near Dark, which is amazing. I hope you don't think it's bad like this one.
Okay.
I mean, it's kind of like an older like vampire horror film,
That
but
sounds cool.
It's got Bill Paxton in it, and dude, he goes off.
Nice.
It's great.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, and Catherine Bigelow, she did this, Near Dark, Hurt Locker, Zero Dark 30.
Okay.
Those movies, which are great.
I've only seen The Hurt Locker, which I thought was overrated.
I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do here.
Okay.
And she did a Blue Steel, which is like this Jamie Lee Curtis like cop movie, and it's amazing.
I can't believe I haven't seen that.
I'm also just kind of in the bag for like 90s and 80s like cop movies.
All right.
I love bank robbing movies. This is one of the best ones ever made.
Yeah.
According to me. Not you. But let's go a little bit into the movie. So like Ridley Scott originally was supposed to direct this, Gladiator, Alien, that guy.
That would have been better.
He wanted, but he ended up doing Thelma and Louise instead. Don't say better. You little jerk.
I mean, Thelma and Louise, although I have not seen it.
I haven't seen it either.
It's supposed to be good.
It's a dark mark on my...
Dark mark. Ooh, that sounds like an underwear issue.
Yeah. Yep. So, and like, I guess like the producers wanted like, instead of Keanu Reeves, wanted like Matthew Broderick and Johnny Depp. One of those two to be Johnny Utah.
But they were like, as soon as they heard Johnny Utah, they're like, no.
Well, so I guess Catherine Bigelow wanted Keanu Reeves. She's like, no, I'm not doing it unless it's Keanu Reeves.
She wanted to bang him.
But just think, if we didn't have this movie, we might not get John Wick. Because he might not just do action movies. So The Matrix, could we live in a world without The Matrix? I guess it could have been Will Smith. Because he was originally supposed to do it, but he bowed out.
And
because he
was supposed to do The Matrix?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think they originally offered it to Will Smith for The Matrix.
No, that would have been that.
No, I mean,
I don't think.
The thing is, so do you like The Matrix?
Yeah.
Keanu's terrible in that movie.
Yeah.
It's like the same thing. It's like you just got to think of Point Break is like just before The Matrix.
Predecessor for The Matrix.
Yeah, in terms of just like
he threw down his FBI badge and said, "I want to go into computers."
Yeah. I know Kung Fu now.
Yeah. He wants to learn Kung Fu.
I love when that line comes up. You can't help but laugh.
So great.
But yeah, also William Dafoe and Patrick Swayze also auditioned to be Johnny Utah.
William Dafoe?
And I think William Dafoe was actually like, they're like, it's yours if you want it. And he turned it down too.
Yeah.
It's like people, I mean, come on.
Maybe it's because his name was Johnny Utah.
Yeah, it's a terrible name.
It's a terrible
name. It was actually, it was supposed to be the original name for the film. The film was supposed to be Johnny Utah. No one's going to see that.
Oh, God. Thank goodness.
It's terrible. And then it was supposed to be, they're like, no, we're not doing that. We're going to do Riders on the Storm, like the Doors song. Terrible.
No, bad. Bad name.
And then they're like, well, let's do Point Break because it's an actual surfing term.
Yeah.
And it's the perfect title.
Yeah. Okay. I get it.
Man.
Pretty good.
I'm furious. Can't believe you don't love this movie.
I did. I liked lots of parts of it.
I'm going to go on Letterboxd and just be like, my podcast sucks.
No. I think it's great. I think it's good to watch bad movies sometimes.
Keanu Reeves and Swayze both learned how to surf for this movie.
Nice.
I guess Keanu Reeves, like he gets the part and he immediately goes to Hawaii to learn to surf. Like that's the coolest.
What a great job.
And Patrick Swayze becomes addicted to skydiving because of this movie.
Oh.
So like they learned how to skydive for this film so that, they could get the couple shots that they needed.
Yeah.
But Swayze did like over like 50 different like jumps.
Mm.
And the producers were like, hey, you got to stop skydiving because for like insurance purposes, like you could die, like don't. So yeah. And like all the shots where you see him like flipping and stuff.
Yeah.
That was just like, they just took a day and just like him, Catherine Bigelow, and like a cameraman just went out and like shot him doing it.
Nice.
It's like, and it makes it so awesome because that's one of the best parts of the movie. Skydiving.
That was pretty cool. Skydiving is fun. You should try it. It'd be like a cool surprise anniversary gift for your wife, for Natalie.
Dude, I've always wanted a skydive though.
Just be like, you're driving for hours, and she's like, where the hell are we going?
Yeah.
You show up, surprise, happy anniversary. She says no.
No, she definitely already told me that. She will never skydive. I mean, I get it. It's like, it's not worth the risk, but man, it'd be so cool. Chloroformer. Yeah. It's like, she wakes up, hey, we're in the sky.
Just like in the plane right before you jump out the door.
It's like, welcome.
Hey,
push.
We got to get out of this plane.
Apparently, so, like, I've had friends that have done it.
Chloroform?
No.
Their wives?
No. Skydiving.
Oh. Ah.
And they did say, like, the hardest part's, like, it's all fun and games until you get at the door. And then, like, everybody's like, hold on. And then, like, the person you're attached to,
yeah,
they just push you out.
Yeah, no, yeah. I was attached to the back of a man, and he jumped out. I was just attached along for the ride.
Oh, so you've done it?
Yeah. I did it in Memphis.
Yeah.
And it was, that's the scariest part, for sure. But you don't really, unless you try to, like, put your arms in the door to keep you from falling out, you really just kind of have to go along.
You're just there. Once you're in the plane, it's over.
Yeah.
Once you're strapped into
I'm strapped. Guy. No, I'm strapped. You're strapped onto the front of the person, not the back.
Yeah, the front. That'd be really bad if you're on the back of the guy.
And if you got like a real adrenaline junkie, he's gonna get a boner.
Yeah.
So just think about that. I
never actually thought about the fact that would probably happen.
Right. Just be ready to be okay with it.
Yeah. It's like, dang, what did he put back there?
It's like, boy.
It's like, dang, he bring his keys?
There's a gun on my hip.
Oh, man. But, like, I don't know. Just, this is like such a time. Like the 90s, I guess, were just a time where extreme sports.
And anybody could be an FBI agent.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Well, he went to law school. Jason.
He also
went to law school.
Football star.
Yeah.
Yeah. Football.
He went all conference. And surfers know that. For some reason.
Yeah. Well, Patrick Swayze did. And I appreciate it.
I mean, he must have been that good if he could just tell who he is.
Yeah. He didn't Google him because they didn't have
They didn't have it. They couldn't. He just knew him.
He went to Utah and looked up his public records.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, I was like, man, why would he know him? And I was like, well, I mean, they rob banks. They're into like things that just get their adrenaline.
Yeah.
So they're probably like, let's go to every single big Ohio game, like a big like football stadium that we can and watch them. And then we'll rob banks on our way. That'd be something I'd want to do.
I mean, yeah, because I feel like they don't watch a lot of TV.
Mm-mm. No, they said, I don't think they watch TV at all. I think that even might be a line.
They only surf and call random states and ask about their star football players.
Yeah. So if he was that good of well, it's weird because it's like all conference. Who's going to remember just a guy that's like all conference? Like there's like 15, 20 conferences in college football. So it's like, you're just going to remember the Big Ten conference football player?
I think he
should have won a Heisman or something.
He gets
or a national championship.
Yeah, he gets every state's newspaper.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, delivered to wherever he's going next.
Yeah. All right, bro, you want to get into the movie?
Yes.
Go through it?
Waiting.
So we start off, we see a hunky boy surfing.
Hunk boy.
Which I guess he learned how to surf really good, but like on the bigger waves, they used like some big time surfer,
Probably
I guess.
A good idea.
And then we have Utah passing his FBI exam.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
If this is real, sign me up.
It's funny because it's just like, what is it? He like gets it, he does it, and then like there's the guy in the background.
100%.
100%. And then we see like
you shot all the women.
You did it.
They were just like, but wasn't it just like women, pictures of women with guns?
It looked like they were all mainly like just. Oh, that's what was confusing. Like a couple, and I was like, did he just shoot? Is that not a pedestrian?
I know.
Or was
it looked like the targets looked like regular people with guns. They didn't look like criminals, and except for the gun.
Some of the targets looked like they were like holding like a hostage or whatever.
Just blew that shit
I was just
away.
like, wait, am I confusing the hostage with it? I was so confused.
Yeah, I don't know. They let a loose cannon into the FBI.
Yeah, he's shooting everybody. And then this is where he goes to the FBI. He just makes it to the FBI. I guess he didn't have to do any like law enforcement jobs like at all. You just go straight into it.
He's so good at football and law.
I mean, I guess that's true. I mean, a big name probably, that works in every industry, right?
Grease the gears a little bit.
He's only 25. I don't know how many 25-year-old FBI agents get put on like the bank, like we'll go straight to the biggest like bank robbery county in America. But so we meet JohnC.McGinley's character. I guess he's like Ben Harp. I don't know. I just always feel like they call him like Sergeant. Is that what he is? A sergeant? I don't even remember.
I don't remember either.
But bro, there's some good lines in this. So they're just having a chit chat. And it's like, calls, you're a real blue flame special, young, dumb, and full of cum.
What is blue flame?
I don't know, dude.
Does that mean the blue light special was like something they used to do in grocery stores?
Well, so what's the hottest flame? Is it blue? And like when a flame gets super blue, it's like hot.
So when you like with a Bunsen burner, like in chemistry, when the flame comes out, it's blue at the bottom, and right at the space between blue and red is the hottest point.
Oh, okay.
So maybe that's
maybe he's just calling like a hothead. That's all I can
exactly. They could have just said that.
But I just love young, dumb, and full of cum.
Yeah, that was.
And then he's like, "We must have a real asshole shortage."
Yeah,
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Wink.
But yeah, man, just like JohnC.McGinley, he's just like he's just one of the best like walking talkers. Because when you watch Scrub, that's what a lot of his stuff is like walk and talk and insult you.
They're just on the way between patients. I have to insult someone now.
I'm going to throw like 5 insults and...
Damn, good to go. This is stress reliever.
Yeah. And then we meet Gary Busey, Angelo Pappas, doing like... throwing bricks in the pool and having to go get them blindfolded for some reason.
I thought this scene was so fun.
Yeah,
they're having like a pool day at the FBI. I know, getting little rings from the bottom of the pool.
Wouldn't that be great? Be like, oh yes, it's training day. I love this part.
But Gary Busey hated it. He's like,
well, obviously,
I don't know what's going on?
You think that guy doesn't smoke or drink like JohnC.McGinley said you're not supposed to do?
He's like, none of that's gonna go on with my agents.
That guy's eating meatball subs and drinking coffee at the same time. Probably. It's like me on my 15-minute break. Gotta get my coffee, but also
you gotta cram that food in your mouth. Eat
something horrible that goes with the coffee.
Oh man, meatball sub sounds so good right now.
It I will say, I was like, ooh, am I going to like Jersey Mike's or something tonight? Thing is, I don't like meatball subs.
Yeah, they're really not that good.
They're usually not that good. I feel like if you were like in like a big city that like's famous for like their meatball subs, probably be good. But usually it's just like, Subway. Well, were these frozen?
Yeah. I've only had the ones at Subway, and they're garbage.
I did when I first had them. Like, I used to get them all the time. And then it's like I tried something else on the menu, and I was like, oh, so that was the worst thing on the menu that I've been eating.
No, you saw this movie, and you said, I don't want to be like Gary Busey.
Yeah, I can't be Gary Busey. I love him in this movie.
He was so good.
He's like a father figure to Johnny Utah. And he's like, because you think it's going to be a whole movie of just him insulting him. Like when you first meet him, you're like, oh, it's going to be this type of movie. But like pretty quickly, they're like high-fiving. They're riding on jet surfing. Yeah. And I was like, oh, this is fun. Yeah. This is really fun.
Oh, yeah. I really liked Gary. I always like Gary Busey.
We get to like the best parts. It's the ex-president's robberies.
Yeah.
So good. Like,
hell yeah.
What a perfect like idea. Just like putting like ex-president's mask on and robbing banks.
They didn't
many jokes.
They didn't stop with the masks. They got the whole
suits,
tuxedos on.
Everything.
Gloves?
It's like, man, so they're robbing the bank. What is it? We've been screwing you for years, so they shouldn't be any different.
Yeah.
It's like so good.
So good.
I'm not a crook. It's like, please don't forget to vote.
Yeah.
It's so good.
And you know the part when he shows his butt?
Yeah.
The Simpsons did this. Bart Simpson pulled down his pants and put a hot dog in his butt and said, I'm not a crook. And he had like eyes drawn on his butt cheeks.
Oh, that's weird.
I think that was a shout out to this movie.
You know, honestly, there's so much to that. I have literally no idea. I'm like, wait, did people just think that Richard Nixon looked like a butt as well? I'd have to.
I just thought he was an ass, probably.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
And this movie came out in what, it was 91?
Yeah, 91.
Yeah, so the Simpsons episode I think came out around after that.
Mm-hmm.
I did not check my resources.
It's okay. I'm going to 100% completely believe you that.
But he did do this. Bart.
Yeah. The thing is, like, the mooning, it's what gets them caught in the end. Yep. Shouldn't have mooned them. Because in their black and white screen, he could tell he had tan lines.
They sure did.
Just like, you can't see crap on that thing. What are you talking about?
Enhance.
But yeah, but the scene that they see his butt, like on the screens, we learn that they've robbed like 27 banks in 3 years and they're in and out in 90 seconds.
In and out.
It's like so smart. 90 seconds, yeah, because no one's getting there in 90 seconds, especially in LA. Cops aren't getting there in 90 seconds.
I don't know anything about LA.
Even though, well, I guess probably not as bad in 91, maybe. I don't know. I don't know anything about LA either.
Yeah, they don't have good police officers.
And just like bad traffic.
I'm kidding. They probably have the greatest police force. Don't arrest me.
Well, if you a similar movie that came out in 91 was Boys in the Hood.
Oh yeah.
Police officers weren't too nice in that movie.
No, they're not. Good. Take the good with the bad. They're doing their best, I think, is what I'm trying to say. Anyway.
We just really fell into a huge political thing there, didn't we?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. Just be nice.
Yes. So they go to check the getaway car. And this is where they bond. They really bond. Johnny Utah wants to go after the presidents. And Angelo's like, no, we're not doing it. Like riles them up. It gets him yelling. It's great.
Oh my God. Are you mad?
Are you mad?
Yeah.
Feels good, don't it?
Yeah, it feels good.
So we going after these guys or not?
Yeah. He's so horny to get these guys.
He does. Gary Busey's character has a great line. It's like, the air here, L.A., air got dirty, sex got clean.
Yeah. I don't think that's correct.
Like, one of those is bad, the other one's good. Like, what do we talk? Like, what do you mean? I want that gross, dirty sex.
How clean is the sex, though? Really,
I guess he just means people are wearing condoms now.
I hope so.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing, Gary Busey.
It's a good thing, Gary Busey.
Even though I feel like Bodie and his gang probably don't. Because they're surfers and they're all going to die.
Yeah. They're like sailors.
Yeah. But, so we find out that Angelo like thinks they're surfers because they got tan lines. And they use like a thing on their board called sex wax.
Oh, yeah. They found the dirt and they analyzed the dirt with their super advanced computer system.
And it's like, they got sand and stuff.
It's got sand and shit.
And they agree they're going to get some surfers.
And they're drinking Coronas. Things. That scene was brought to you by Corona.
Here's the thing.
Did you see the big case of Corona?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do you like Fast and the Furious? The first one?
That was all right.
Okay. It makes sense that you're not as gung-ho for this movie as I am. Because Fast and Furious, another masterpiece, bad movie.
They also drank Corona.
It's the same movie.
You're right.
It's the exact same movie. Instead of surfing, it's driving cars.
And it's Vin Diesel.
And instead of robbing banks, they rob trucks. There's Coronas. What's his name? Brian? Oh my gosh. What's his name?
The dead guy?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh my God.
Everybody loved him, though.
Yeah. He's great in those movies.
Yeah, I thought he was too.
But yeah, he is an FBI agent going undercover. It's literally the exact same movie.
Yeah, it's now I've never thought about that.
Yeah, so it makes sense why you only think that's okay, and this is another movie you have a bad opinion on. Just kidding. But yeah, and they're also drinking Coronas. It's so funny. And I noticed that this time watching, I was like, this movie also has them drinking Coronas?
Yeah.
It's like, this is straight Fast and Furious straight up riff off.
Hell yeah.
Except then it goes like buck wild in later movies.
I stopped watching after like 2 or I don't know.
Yeah, you should watch them all. They're masterpieces. But anyways, so Johnny goes buys him a skateboard because he's got to learn how to surf.
Not a skateboard.
Not a skateboard.
It's a surfboard.
Surfboard. The original movie, they're going to have him doing skating. That's where I had that in my head.
Oh, that would have been so much lamer.
Yeah, exactly. But it's the 90s. Everybody was into skating and surfing.
They really were.
So Johnny's got to learn how to surf. He's bad. He gets saved by Lori Petty. Tyler.
Man, I love Lori Petty.
I know. And Tank Girl.
Yes.
Yeah. And then we get Johnny being super creepy and spying on her while she's changing.
Yeah, that was weird. This is a pretty sexist movie. And you can see like how well, especially in the beginning when he's watching Lori Petty change It's like being a creep. They say a lot of sexist shit. This is why my wife hates this movie while I was trying to watch it with her.
Oh, really? I guess I never really saw it as sexist. I mean, it's creepy that he's watching her change, but she's doing it out in public.
True, and she's got a towel, which is totally cool. That's what you do.
I think he's just waiting to see her license plate. I don't think he's waiting to see her.
He's waiting to see that license.
That's all it was, because he's trying to like figure out where she's going and like who she is.
Yeah.
It just turns into that. This is a sensitive, like, bro movie. It's not about. I don't even think it's really that. I don't know. I'm a guy, so maybe I just have the wrong opinion. But it's directed by a woman, and she made. I don't know.
Just wanted to bang Keanu Reeves.
No.
She's like, what can I do to make Keanu horny?
Yeah. Okay.
I know, Lori Petty.
But we what is it? Oh yeah, and then I mean, I guess I can see why she'd hate it, because he literally makes up a story about his parents dying so that she'll teach him how to surf.
We'll get back to this later.
Which that's just like a classic.
It's a douchey.
It's almost like
move.
It's like a rom-com move where it's like, oh, I gotta lie to the girl to get her to like me, and then once she actually likes me, I'll have to eventually have to break it off. But then they always end up finding out.
Then I'll just apologize for telling her my parents died.
Yeah,
bro.
It's but he had to stop the bank robbery.
He's got to do his job.
He's doing his job. He's undercover.
It's
a character, bro. He's an actor.
He's a bad FBI agent.
Yeah. But so she agrees.
He jumped on that shit, though. As soon as he found out her parents died, he's like, yeah,
that's my end.
That's it.
I also have dead parents now.
Okay.
But then we get the surf montage.
Yeah.
And then he's kind of learning how to surf. He did a tiny wave.
He did a tiny wave.
And then we meet Bodie. Patrick Swayze. Handsome AF.
Yeah.
It's a handsome boy movie.
Got the abs. Everybody's got abs.
Yeah,
There's so many abs here.
If you're going to surf, you got to have abs, right?
I don't know.
For swimming and doing all that physical activity. Yeah.
Robin Banks is a workout, I guess. Robin Banks.
Robin Banks surfing, yeah.
Get abs, Robin Banks.
I mean, just being stressed, probably can't eat. Yeah.
No, they just would rather surf than eat.
I
think. And they're full of cum.
Yeah, yeah. So then we this is where we get our on the beach football game.
Yeah.
So fun. I love beach football. It's Top Gun Maverick.
It's so hard to run.
Yeah, I know. They made it look easy though.
Jesus Christ.
And then we get him.
And then he tackles Patrick Swayze into the beach.
He earns his respect by catching him and actually tackling him into the water.
Into the water, that was way out of bounds.
So yeah,
come on.
I know that's the thing. Is I mean, I guess that's why they're upset. But I was watching an interview with Keanu Reeves, and they were talking about this scene when they're filming. Patrick Swayze was like, "It's all right. The only way you're gonna catch me is if you actually catch me and tackle me." So I'm not
gonna challenge.
So, but they got it in the third take. So he's like, I guess I caught him.
Nice.
It's that's awesome.
Then he was real pissed afterwards.
Everybody's super pissed off of him. Why'd you tackle, bro? Take it easy,
bro.
Do you know who this is? This is Johnny Utah. Oh man, I'm sorry.
We all know who you are.
Okay, cool.
Wow.
But then we have him go back to JohnC.McGinley, and he's getting chewed out because he's got his surfboard
in the office.
You can't leave it out. Someone will steal it.
Yeah, it wouldn't fit in his car.
But the thing is, you're an FBI.
Just leave it at home.
You're undercover.
Going into
and you're just
FBI.
walking around with this giant, ugly skate or oh my god!
Yep, it's a
Why
skateboard.
do I keep saying skateboard?
A water skateboard.
Surfboard.
Yep.
It's just I don't know. I love this. The skateboard bothers me. You going undercover bothers me, and you bother me. It's so good. And then we learned that the ex-presidents robbed 2 more banks, so it's not any closer. But we find out that they've got a hair sample, and with their top-notch
1991
CSI technology, we find out that there's toxic waste, I guess, in their hair, from I don't know. I guess there's just.
I guess they could do chemical analysis.
Chemical plants, just right next to the beach. Why would anybody surf there? I would not go to that beach.
Because it has the best waves.
That's true. You got to ride the waves.
Caused by the nuclear waste.
Yeah. But so they just got go around pulling like random surfers in dude's hair. I love
those two guys are smoking weed under a towel.
And Gary Busey's like, here, just cuts his hair. But that guy whose hair they cut off, he was so funny. He was so good.
Yeah, I thought that was really funny.
He had like 5 lines, but he's just like seriously pissed off about his hair.
Cut my hair, man.
Cut my hair, man. At least you're not going to jail. He cut my hair. It was so good. And then like we find out that it's like Latigo Beach or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get to see a Red Hot Chili Pepper soon.
Yeah,
he goes surfing.
They kick the shit out of him.
And then like I guess because they're meth headed.
He stole his wave.
He stole his wave, and then he actually ran it. Here's the thing that bothers me. He didn't run into that guy. That guy ran into him. He could have just moved out of the way.
Yeah, he could have.
And then he cuts his thing.
That was his wave.
Yeah, but he was on it first, and the guy came down of nowhere.
No.
Because that was a different guy.
That was his wave.
Yeah, that's true. It was his wave.
And they're serious. These guys are really fucking serious.
Yeah, these guys are insane. They're just all roided up and everything. Yeah.
He breaks a surfboard on them.
So like he's like gonna go shower outside, which looks super refreshing. He seemed to really be enjoying that shower.
I bet it's cold. Man, it looks really refreshing.
And then like they're like, you stole their waves, bro. We're gonna have to beat you up.
Kick your ass. And then I love how I like the fact that he broke his surfboard on the guy. I was like, thank goodness.
I mean, he didn't break it on the guy. The guy just uppercuts it and it breaks.
Yes. I didn't notice.
But then he has it later.
With it.
So,
wait, he does?
He just got the same board.
Maybe he taped it.
I think it's just whoopsie.
Maybe he just bought another one.
It's a little gas.
That was really stupid.
Yeah. But this has Anthony Kiedis, lead singer, Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah. He had sweet braids.
Apparently on their days off, Catherine Bigelow had everybody learn how to fight.
Oh, man.
Anthony Kiedis didn't go. So that's why he gets knocked out in one punch in the scene.
Man.
He's like, well, you can't fight, so you're getting knocked out.
Maybe Bigelow, maybe she was married to Deuce Bigelow.
Yeah? Why?
She's getting all this wiener.
What are you talking about?
Because why?
She just hired these guys to act.
But he's not an actor.
Oh, yeah. Well, neither's Flea, but he's like in every other movie these days. Because we did a movie that
because all Chili Peppers back then that they were known for was doing drugs and doing sex.
Having drugs and doing sex.
And occasionally making a song.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, Red Hot Chili Peppers rule. Sometimes.
I'm kind of I like this Bigelow action. I kind of like this lady.
Yeah, she rules.
She gets it.
She gets it.
She gets the D when she
Oh my God, shut up. But so Brody comes in, beats the crap out of these guys somehow. These 2 tiny guys beat up all these giant guys.
Yes.
And then they become like best friends. He invites them to a party.
Yeah.
But before they go to the party, we got Gary Busey. They're like telling the guys, that surfer guys, and they're like the next, like, and they're talking. It's like, all right, tomorrow we're gonna raid these people because they like stake them out.
Yeah.
And then we get to go to what's his name's party, Bodie's party.
I love how shitty they treat the guys that.
Oh yeah, the other guys. Well, they're being tools.
They were dicks. Yeah, they were dicks.
It's like, hope you like cold pizza for breakfast. Thing is, man, love cold pizza for breakfast.
He could have just not given him the pizza.
Yeah, he's being nice.
Be thankful.
Thing is, they got to stay there all night and then do the raid the next day.
They probably didn't even bring their own food.
They didn't. They're dumb.
They're really dumb.
Honestly, they probably left like immediately.
Yeah, you're probably
like, yeah, we don't trust this. Let's just go somewhere. But yeah, so they think the evil surfers are ex-presidents. They go to the party, and this is where, seems like a pretty crazy party. Everybody's super high. Looks like awesome. You got that one guy where it's like gets close on his face, and he's like,
yeah, he's doing the weird stuff. And
then everybody's drinking, and then you got Patrick Swayze doing like a tequila shot with the girl.
He was doing it out of her mouth.
Laura Petty's like, I taught him that. Yeah. Thanks. Neat trick. So funny. And then we learn about the 50-year storm in Australia. It's like every 50 years there's this giant storm.
Meteorologists?
Yeah, there's
slash surfers slash, I don't know, do you call bank robbers just like go-getters?
They're really, I mean, they are. They're adrenaline. They gotta do something before, probably like while going to surfing, they got their radio on. 50-year storm coming up in a year. And it's
hell yeah, I can't wait for that.
Bell's
been waiting
beach or whatever.
3 years.
Yeah, I know, right? But then we see that Johnny and Tyler, they're getting closer. They got sparks between them. And Bodie kind of interrupts something saying, we're going night surfing. Like, Johnny's like, I can't even do this during the day.
He gives him that sick black surfboard off his wall.
That's the thing. It's like later in the movie, I was like, just let him keep that surfboard. That surfboard, like,
he should have just let him keep it.
Yeah. But then, like, we figure out that he learns how to surf at night.
Yeah, that was fun.
And he earns the respect. Gets the respect. He learned to surf.
But, like, they're all, like, there's, like, 5 of them on one wave.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, those other guys, they couldn't even share one.
Yeah. They're bad surfers, bro. They're the bad guys. Once you take meth, dude, you only one person on a wave.
Share your waves.
It's the meth taking rule. I
think a lot of the meth addicts in Tennessee don't really get that rule. Maybe they just haven't seen this movie.
I think they just kind of hang out in the corner of a room, you know.
Yeah, just maybe if they just watched this movie, they you know, they'd feel better.
Yeah, they would, because this movie rules.
They'd hate this part though, where they get busted.
Oh yeah, that's true. They'd be too paranoid. Before they get busted, Johnny and Tyler, I guess, have sex on the beach.
They do it on the beach,
in public.
Or they just pass out because Kenna couldn't get a hard on.
I will say, man, sleeping on the beach, I know it's not comfortable. I know it's not comfortable, and
you're gonna wake up with sand.
But man, when I see it in movies, I'm like, man, it seemed like good sleep.
It's romantic.
It seemed like really good sleep.
It's legit. It looks like they had a full night's rest. They're also 25.
Yeah, that's true. But he's late for his own raid, dang it.
Oh, man. He's like, I'm so late. Let's make out.
Yeah. But that's like a part that I like, that I feel like from a female director, like you'd get that because it'd just be like, you know, when you're in love with someone.
That's true.
Like, you're just like, I don't care if I'm late. I got to get 500 more kisses.
Yeah, I would have gone in for it.
But yeah, he goes to his raid. This scene rules.
It does kind of
love this scene.
Yeah.
And I also love it just because, like, Johnny Utah gets the crap beat out of him. He's always getting the crap beat out of him. He like never wins any of these fights. It's like he's fighting a naked woman and she just like straight up beats the crap out of him.
The naked woman.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
To set up the scene, it's like you got Gary Busey, the 2 crappy cops. They're gonna raid this like meth house, essentially, which we don't know yet.
Bad dudes.
Johnny goes to like one side of the house, and of course the neighbor starts doing his loud lawnmower. And like Johnny's like peeking in, and he sees that there's like they're starting to get their guns because Gary Busey's like asking the lady at the front door, is like, hey, my dog in here?
I'm looking for my dog Scooby.
Hey, Scooby, have you seen Scooby?
Scooby, she's in a
small dog.
She's in like a bathing suit.
Yeah.
And
it's like awesome. Panties, essentially.
Shut up about your dog, bro.
And then like they're getting like all these heavy weapons and everything.
They have so many guns.
And he's like trying to contact the other FBI guys, and he's like, yo, so much crap. We gotta quit. But they can't hear over the lawnmower.
Their radios are so shitty.
It's like,
they
dude,
can't hear over the lawnmower.
That's probably true. It's probably
probably true.
Really crappy walkies. But then like it's like this dope action scene where they're breaking into I don't know. Just freaking love this scene.
Everybody, I thought that chick in the bathing suit in the beginning, when she
got shot. Yeah,
I thought she got shot.
Me too. I was like, dang, how did she not dead?
I know.
That should have shot her.
Didn't he have a shotgun?
But hey, Gary Busey. No, that was like a automatic rifle, right? Like,
yeah,
he was an automatic.
Had bad aim, I guess. Meth does not help your aim,
hey,
kids.
You know what saved your life? Gary dang Busey. Because that's what he do.
He helped her.
But yeah, and this is we see Tom Sizemore, this character, get which I don't know if you know Tom Sizemore, but he rules. He's He's a crazy human being, but...
Do you see this blank stare on my face right now?
You don't know who he is.
I
don't worry. You'll see more of them because we're going to do Heat, another bank robbing movie.
Sick.
And you'll probably hate it. But yeah, then we see Johnny get beat up by like a naked girl. And then Anthony Kiedis gets shot in his foot, which is great.
That was awesome.
Gary Busey like shoots one of the guys because he's like got the girl like held hostage. Shoots him around the head. It's crazy.
Was sick. Well, the naked lady. Mm-hmm. Who did she stab in the back? Was that?
That was one of the FBI, other like side FBI agents.
Man,
there.
She is killer.
Hey, she said,
she is real.
She's tough. She said, "Hey, I'm on meth. We're fighting."
I didn't see her face at all. I just saw flopping boobs and like brief glances.
Like falls to the ground.
I was like, "Stop moving so fast! I can't." Oh.
And then Johnny Utah like tackles this guy outside. Goes in the neighbor's yard. Like they have this fight, and he's got. Guy gets Johnny's Utah's face like right at this real electric mower.
The lawnmower just keeps running with no one on it.
Hey, that's at 90s. That's how they used to be. They didn't have regulations and stuff like that.
I remember that.
Mike, because I remember growing up having a mower that, when you let go of the thing.
Yeah, you let go and it stopped.
Yeah, but like we had one that didn't do that. It just kept running.
Oh, so you had one of these killer lawnmowers.
It was, yeah. I mean, it's like now thinking about it, it's like, wow. They should not have let me mow the yard with that thing. No. What if I ran over a cat or something? So we had like a crap ton of cats growing up. But you know who saves the day? God dang, Gary Busey again.
I thought so. I was like, when I saw the lawnmower blades going, I was like, please, no. Nobody, no, please don't push his face into the lawn.
Wouldn't it be crazy if it just like they got a little bit of his nose and the rest of the movie is just like Keanu Reeves with like
Reeves.
Like chopped off nose.
I thought the Keanu was going to do it to him.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of did one. I was like,
or like his hair would get sucked into it.
Yeah,
which is weird that it didn't.
Yeah, but I guess they didn't want that. I don't know. I think this is rated R though. There's like 5,000.
There's a lot
F bombs. Yeah,
F bombs and C bombs and T bombs.
And there's like this little scene right after this where Johnny Utah he's like washing his face and like Gary Busey's like, so. It's always been paper before this, right? Paper targets.
Yeah.
It's like the same thing, just a bigger mess.
Yeah. Thanks, Gary.
You did good. But then he's like, you did good, kid. And I was like,
oh, thanks, Dad.
This movie's about friendships.
Thanks, Daddy Busey.
But then we learned that, like, Tom Sizemore, he was undercover.
Yeah.
This is something that has happened in, like, all, like, 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000 movies where they're just like, I guess it's all FBI movies and things where it's just like there's somebody undercover, but like no one else knows it.
Yeah, where's the collaboration?
I guess they're like, is this a real thing?
Is it so secret?
Like
you can't tell anybody about it?
I want to know, like, is this like a real thing? Because I would assume that like you look up these guys, like in their place, it'd pop up that like, oh hey, no, there's actually an undercover agent there. You shouldn't do that.
You should, like, the way I thought of it was that you have to run this by your boss.
Yeah.
You don't know it.
Which they
did.
Your
boss should probably know.
Yeah, you should figure like...
He should be like, oh, you're going after this house.
These guys are under investigation already. Don't worry about it, right?
Yeah, don't do that. We have reasons.
That's always something in movies where I'm just like, what's the system here?
but maybe it's so secret they couldn't even tell the boss.
I guess so.
Only the president knew.
But I do love this.
Because he's the head of the FBI or whatever.
You got Tom Sizemore like, you think I like this hair, man? My wife wants me to stay in a Ramada.
Yeah.
So good.
And there was a lot of meth, though.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I want to get
2 kilos, supplier. Right? Something like that. Whatever, how much a kilo is.
A kilogram. No, a kilo.
Kilos? I don't know.
A kilogram is 1,000 grams.
How much?
That's how the metric system works.
The only way I'd be able to describe this is, if you ever seen a movie about drugs and how it's packaged in like the clear thing with like tape around, it, that's the amount. That's why I couldn't be like in the DA. Do you know like when in movies when it's like that much, that's how much you had. So just imagine that much.
Well, that's a lot of meth though.
Or uncut,
dang,
or whatever, pure
sweet meth.
I mean, dang, what's his name? Walter White salivating over there. He's like, I love Point Break. I can make it blue though.
Yeah, make it blue.
But yeah, so
food coloring was the secret to make it blue.
Yeah.
I think.
But like, what's next? Oh, and then it kind of cuts to like this dope shot where Johnny Utah's just like laying on bed and he's got like Tyler over him.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this really cool shot. But
he's petting her arm.
Yeah, they get woken up by Bodie and they're like, let's go surfing. It's like early morning.
Yeah.
And like, so they take a walk on, they're getting ready to go surfing, but he sees like the four, like Bodie and his four guys surfing together. Like a really good team of people surfing. Wait, could these be?
Could I be in love with?
Could these surfers be the ex-presidents? The surfers I'm looking for?
Nice.
But yeah, he realizes he has an epiphany. That's like, these are the surfers. So he like goes back.
Because there's only like two groups of surfers.
Yeah. And it's just like.
The Red Hot Chili Surfers and
the Red Hot Chili
Swayze
surfers. God, that's what I should be calling them all the time. You're so freaking smart. But we learned that Johnny's been following them, and I guess they just went to a bank for like 20 minutes, and it's like, these are the guys. And then like we're just quickly immediately to like another dope action scene.
Yeah.
And has like my favorite line in the whole movie, because he's like, I'm hungry. It's 10:30 in the morning. It's like, give me two. I'll take two.
Give me two meatball subs.
Utah, take two. It's like, I don't know why that
he says it like 3 times.
Yeah, it's like, I'll take two. Give me 2 meatballs.
2 mother.
And he starts getting out. It's like, I'll take 2. He gets out. Utah, take 2. It's like, I don't know why I'm obsessed with that part.
He's so hungry. But yeah, but maybe he thought that Utah, when he told Utah 2 subs, that Utah was going to get 1 sub for him and 1 sub.
That's true. Because he's like, I'll take 2.
He's like, me. 2 for me. For Busey.
See, guys,
for Dada.
This is why you listen to this podcast. We have broken down this scene to the point where now we know why he says, I'll take 2 so many times. But it's like, no wonder people make fun of him as a cop. He's sitting there on a stakeout. He's hungry. He's not watching at all because he's reading his comic. Yeah. His little like whatever comic he'd had in that. And it's like, dude, you sent your partner to go get some sandwiches. Watch, because a part of like why I love this scene is also because like he's getting the sandwiches. You just have the car going behind him. He's not noticing. They're all running in. Yeah. And he's like, did you notice that car pull up? It's like, do you know who was in it? And then they like run out and it's like, there they are. Man. It's like, dude, Angela, all you had to do is watch just for a second. Don't be awful at this.
I'm checking out Garfield.
Yeah. It's like, oh, Mondays. I get it. Meatball subs and lasagna. Man, but this scene freaking rules.
Okay.
Because it's just, so first of all, I love the masks, right?
The masks are great.
But the perfect thing about the mask, I feel like they cut out the eye holes like a little bit bigger than usually in those masks. It just seems like it. And they got the cut and thing. So whenever they talk in their masks, it's a little Muppety.
Yeah.
Which is Muppety. Great.
I like it.
Like, it's so smart, like how big the eye holes are. Because like they all seem to have like kind of brighter eyes, right? So it's like anytime it cuts to Patrick Swayze, he's got those like baby blues eyes. So, and it's just like, I don't know, man. It's just so freaking good and smart.
I thought this scene was interesting for a different reason. Whenever they start to get away, he just fires at him.
Yeah.
There's other cars.
Yeah. Hey, who cares? they robbed a lot of banks.
Even when the guy first points the gun at him, he's like, "Don't shoot him, man."
Yeah.
And so, but Keanu's like, "Fuck it,
I'm
gonna go balls to the walls. I'm gonna kill anybody who gets in my way."
Well, I mean, he's a football player, bro. He's like, look, I never miss. I was a quarterback, okay? But dude, so he shoots out, like they get in a wreck, right? And he's like, they're tire pops, the ex-presidents. So they got to stop at this place. This part freaking rules. So Patrick Swayze's character, like they steal this other car and then like the other ones get into the car. And then Patrick Swayze's like telling like this guy to back up. He squirts him with like gas because he got like a gas hose thing. And then he just like, he's got to burn the car because
Why is he got to burn the car?
Prints and stuff, I guess. They didn't have time to clean it because usually they get away quick and they can clean it.
Yeah, I guess so.
In this case, they can't. They don't want him to know who he is, even though they already do. Well, they don't know that yet because I don't think he knows it's YouTube.
Doesn't know who it is yet.
No, he does. That's why, because he followed him around. Because he saw him surfing and he's like, oh, it's Swayze. It's Bodie and them. But Bodie doesn't quite yet know that it's Utah until a little later.
But they saw him.
Well, I think because they're trying to get away, I don't think he realizes it's him until he's like.
That's why he stopped the gun. He stopped the guy from shooting him.
No, they don't want to kill anybody. Because if they kill and they get caught, it's even worse. Because right now it's just bank robbing.
Okay.
Yeah. That's like a classic like bank robbing movie thing.
Okay.
It's like they only rob banks, they don't kill people. It's like Heat, they don't want to kill people. What's the movie with Chris Pine in it? Hell or High Water. It's like they don't kill anybody, they just rob banks. Because it's more jail time, I guess. But yeah, I think he really figures it out once they like kind of get closer and stuff. But man, he just takes the gas hose, catches it on fire, and just starts squirting.
Torches that
everything. Car. But it's just such a dope visual, like a guy in a Ronald Reagan mask in a suit, just like torching everything. And I'm like, I don't know if any of this politically means anything, but man, just seeing like a president like just firing fire out of a hose, like sick. Gas hose all over cars and everything. And then he kind of gets a little on fire and he's like running. It's like, dope.
So is that Bodie? He was in the mat that was torching
Ronald
the car?
Reagan's Bodie.
Okay. Yeah, he just took a little too much time torching the car. Mm-hmm. So it's like,
and then we get the dope on foot chasing.
Yeah,
this is why it's just like you can say that it's a bad movie, but it's not because of these scenes.
Yeah, there's some good parts.
No, yeah, definitely.
But my
is it throwing the dog?
He threw the dog
so
at
insane.
That's not my favorite part.
It's wild.
No, whenever he's chasing him, he's going through the houses, through the backyards, and gets the dog thrown at him.
Yeah.
How long was he sitting there with that dog?
I don't know. That's the thing. It's like, was he just, because he seemed like he was like maybe a minute ahead at that point. It's like, dude, you probably, because he's getting like
got a lot further ahead.
Because he's getting like whacked over the head with a vacuum cleaner by that lady. And it's like, dude, you kind of got away.
He spent that whole time petting the dog.
It's like, here, I'm going to pick you up and I'm going to throw you.
Yeah, I got you.
So I guess during that scene, so they like everything around, like they had padding on the ground. They like really prepped this dog to like be thrown.
Okay.
And apparently I guess the dog like loved them, the two actors.
Okay.
But when he goes, because he like throws it off him and just kicks it.
Yes, he drops it and kicks it.
That was not a real dog at that point. Just to let everybody know. It's like so wild. It's like, what in the world?
Just drop kicks a dog.
That's why it's a dope bad movie. But the scene's so cool. They're running through alleys in LA. It looks so good. I guess they created like a whole. They like created a new camera rigging system. They called it the Pogo Cam.
The Keanu Chaser.
It's like a giant
It's on a pogo stick and they're hopping on it.
That's what I immediately thought. But I guess it's like a giant pole that they attach to the camera that and it weighed very little and they could just kind of run with them.
Okay.
So that's why it's like all like dope looking.
Okay. Yeah.
But then he's got him dead to rights. He could shoot him. But Johnny does hurt his leg because he jumps off something.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. It's one of the best parts of the movie. Yeah. That's exactly, dog. This part rules. You're laughing because it's amazing. Yeah. But this is why I'm just like, the masker's so dope because he's laying on the ground. He could shoot him and you just get like wide eyes of Patrick Swayze. And he's like, he ain't shooting me. He turns around, unloads his gun.
He's so mad at his knee.
Yeah. Well, he's just like, he can't make the decision.
I'm just going to fire my weapon into the air randomly.
Yeah. And it's like, cuts like 3 minutes later, there's like people like miles away just getting like,
just bullets falling
on their heads. Like, ah. But have you seen Hot Fuzz?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a while. And I've only seen it once.
So, Nick Frost, the bigger guy, he's obsessed with this movie. He does it in that movie.
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah.
That's so funny, though. I'll have to watch it again. He's just so.
I know.
He's
It's
the
so
worst FBI agent.
It's one of the best
ever.
parts of the movie. He can't help it. But, bro, they're friends. He's on his spiritual
friends.
level. He gave him something no one could. The love of surfing.
An orgasm.
In the water.
That's yes.
Okay, what happens next? Now I'm just all I can do is think of this scene.
Bang, 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 bang.
Oh man. So, yeah. Angelo, so he's like, they're like, oh, have we got like a tail on him or anything? He's like, you see his hurt knee. Angelo's like, I gotta talk to him. He's like, you never miss. And it's like, he's like, are you like, did you miss because you missed? Or did you miss because you didn't want to shoot him?
He missed because he wasn't shooting at civilians.
It's like, I missed because I shot in the air.
Or birds or whatever.
But yeah, so he's got like a bloodied face a little bit. He goes back to Tyler. And then she's like cleaning him off. And they have this like, this is like a part where I'm like, no, Keanu's like good in this scene.
No, he lied.
No, I just mean like as an actor.
Oh, no.
Because there's like this part where, yeah. Well, there's this like, so he's like cleaning their face and he's like looking at her and it's like, there's like, it's like, I know you want to tell me something.
It's like, you're masculine for a woman.
And it's like, oh, I want to tell you the truth. And you can tell that that's what he's wanting to do. But there's like this line where it's like, man, this is harder than I thought. But he comes off as like, but the thing is, like, he says it kind of like a jock. So it's like, well, it's because he doesn't want to hurt her feelings.
No, better not hurt her feelings.
Well, he's going to eventually tell her. And she's the one that says, we don't have to do this right now.
Do what right now?
Oh, because he wants to tell her something. Because she can tell he wants to tell her something, but she's like, we don't have to do this right now.
You don't have to tell me the truth right now.
It's like, even though he should. But then we realize, like, Bodhi's talking with his gang, and they're like, he's an agent, man. We got to get rid of him. And he's like, I know exactly what I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Then it cuts back Tyler, and we think that it's going to be Bodhi that's going to shoot him. But it's Tyler, and he shoots like the pillow next to her.
Yeah, she was mad.
It's like,
she's big mad.
He got what he deserved. He got shot at.
No.
By her.
I don't think so. How did she find out?
Oh, he saw his wallet. Checked his wallet. Because she had the suspicion that something's up. So she kind of she snooped. Which you shouldn't do, by the way.
No, instance number 3 where he's the worst FBI undercover agent.
Yeah, he just carries around his wallet.
Yeah, he just left it out.
Look, I never said in this movie he's a good agent.
No, you didn't. And I appreciate that.
No, definitely the cop work in this movie is awful. But it's the 90s. You didn't have to show good cop work.
Shoot anybody.
Now you definitely couldn't make this movie because it's like, no, everything's got to be to a T. Otherwise, this movie would get terrible reviews.
Mm-hmm.
But man, they just, I mean, Jason, we used to make things in this country like
I know.
this movie.
We used to, let's make America's cinema great again.
So it's like they have like this little montage where he's like trying to call her and apologize.
He calls her a lot, like way too many times.
And then Bodhi's at the door. He's like, hey, come on, man, we got to go. It's like rushing him out the door.
He's like, this asshole.
He's like reaching for his gun, but he, pulls him out. This is where we get the skydiving scene.
Yeah, but he's like, hey, look, I'm injured. I can't go with you. He's like, don't worry. You won't use your legs.
Technically.
Much.
Except for the landing. He does say we're not landing on land, we're landing in water, which would still also hurt a lot.
It would still hurt a lot. Even falling through the sky.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right. Keanu does not know how to set boundaries, I don't think.
Well,
or
I
Johnny
don't think
Utah doesn't.
He really doesn't have a choice, though. Well, neither one of them have a choice, because if he doesn't go, he's going to probably kill him. If Johnny doesn't go, Bodhi's going to kill him.
I guess so.
And if Johnny doesn't go, because Johnny technically doesn't know if Bodhi knows or not. He just has the sinking feeling.
Yeah. Well,
so he's trying to keep the relationship.
He saw him.
Yeah. But we don't know.
If he knows that Ronald Reagan was Bodhi, then Bodhi clearly saw his face many times.
Especially
when he threw the dog at him.
There was like action,
No, I don't believe it.
I'm going to chase you. I'm going to see if you. One day I'm just going to start. I was going to start chasing you and be like, "Do you know who I am? Do you know who I am?"
Jesse, leave me alone, please.
But I'm still chasing you. Already. But man, this scene rules.
It was pretty cool.
God, Like, I don't know. Like, they just filmed these guys
There's
skydiving.
throwing out super hard in the sky.
But yeah, so I guess they had like cameras mounted to like people's head and they all like skydive together.
Mm-hmm.
I guess like Keanu only did one jump. And they got him jumping out. Man, there's just nothing. There's like nothing better in this movie than just like the scenes from where it goes like the camera's jumping out with the actor. It's like so
that was pretty cool.
Good.
Yeah.
Because we get to it later, but you know, like when Patrick Swayze is just like at the door and he just falls out and it's like, that's real.
Yeah, that was cool.
Because now it'd just be CGI unless Tom Cruise did it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then they land. Bodhi's like, it's like, hey, come with me. They go into the back of this van. He pulls out this like TV thing.
Yep,
I was like, sure.
Yep.
I mean, I'm sure that's an actual thing, but I'm like, okay.
Something they made for the movie.
I really want that though.
It's just a VCR with a tiny TV on top, maybe.
Looked rad. I would have loved to have.
It's not a live stream.
It's not a live stream.
It's definitely a cassette.
But just imagine
tape.
being a kid and having that. How great would that be?
Yeah, you put a video cassette in there. And you're
watching like Batman and Robin in that. Lost in Space in that. But like we see Tyler is like bound up and like with Rosie, one of the guys.
Rosie.
And then like Bodhi has this whole thing. It's like, I'm not a violent guy. I couldn't do what Rosie does. It's like, well, but if he does it, that's technically you doing it too.
Yeah, he doesn't like take any accountability for his own actions.
No.
I don't think.
Well, this is like this scene's kind of like, oh wait, Bodhi's not chill.
He's not chill. He's not spiritual.
It's
he
like,
just wants to do his own thing.
Well, it's like he may be spiritual, but there's also screw loose.
He's a fucking criminal.
Because like, you know, usually when I watch bank robber movies, I'm always on the bank robber side. I think that's like the point.
You kind of want them to get away.
Those are always like that's because it's awesome. Government money or bank money. Sweet. No one likes them. Yeah. And it's just like, yeah, stick it to the man.
Yeah.
There's always got to be a point in these movies where it's like, oh, they're bad guys.
Yeah.
Dang it, they're bad guys.
They're
Swayze, come on.
Bad guys.
But yeah, so Bodhi's like, you're coming with me. We're robbing another bank and you're helping me. It's like, it's going to be the best 90 seconds of your life. They're all putting on their masks.
And that's what she said.
Is where we get the line. It's like, what are you talking about, Brody? I am an FBI agent.
Yeah, that should mean something.
Mwah. Mwah. Beautiful delivery. Oh my God. Some of the best crap ever.
And Swayze's like, but you're a bad actor.
The thing is, you know, you watch the John Wick movies, he hasn't changed.
And he really hasn't.
The delivery's still there.
It's still the same.
It's like even when you got his line, people keep asking me if I'm back. And yeah, I'm thinking I'm back. It's like he says it with like the same like way.
I think directors have just learned how to work around him.
Yeah. Well, no, here's the thing. Better. It's like, that's what we like about him.
I guess so.
It's like, honestly, it's like, there's just something likable about Keanu. He's like your bro. He's your bro in the movie.
Right.
Even when he's like sad and serious, it's still just like, and plus he's just great at action.
Yeah.
So it's just like, hell yeah, let's go.
I know.
You don't watch a movie where he's bad? The 1990, in that decade, the Dracula movie with Gary Oldman.
Oh no.
He's got like a weird accent. After this, I should just show you a scene where he's talking. It is
I've probably seen it.
His accent is wild. But yeah, here we are. We're pretty much to the end of the movie. There's
still like an hour left at this point.
It is like 30 minutes, but it's all this like action. So like Bodhi, they go in to rob the bank. He doesn't get a mask. And then for some reason, I guess it's just, you know, that adrenaline couldn't help it. He had to go one step further. He had to go for the vault.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was just saying like Johnny Utah had to like pretty much like manhandle that dude to get on the ground.
Oh, yeah.
I'm in too deep.
And then, so essentially they're going for the vault. I mean, it seems like they're making good time. They're going to get away, but there is an off-duty cop.
Yeah.
And then he had to.
Dude, he should have known. Like, just let him take it.
Hey, he serves the badge, man.
He wasn't wearing a badge.
Just because he doesn't have the badge on. The badge is right here.
Is it his heart?
I'm pointing at my heart.
It's the badge that we all have.
We all have the badge right here.
That dude should have shut his fucking mouth.
But yeah, so one of the surfers gets shot. And
a lot of people get shot.
And then Bodie, he has to do the one thing he didn't want to do. Violence. He shot a guy in the head. He kills the off-duty cop.
Oh my God.
Like Johnny's like yelling at him, see, this is what you get.
Yeah.
And then like he walks by and he like knocks him out.
Yeah.
And so what I like about that is like when he gets hit, there's like the screen kind of flashes white for a second. And I was like,
that was cool.
I bet that's how it is when you get knocked out.
Oh, yeah, you white. Do. Yeah. Like, when you get hit really hard in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully I never have to.
Yeah. We could test that. It's okay.
No, we're good. If there's no podcast next week, you know he punched me in the face. But yeah, so the police are cuffing Johnny. Angelo's like, yo, uncuff him. Sergeant or whatever is like, no, there's people who's been murdered here.
Yeah,
okay?
there's a lot
have to take
dead
them
people and protocol.
Off-duty cop shot, so we don't let that go easy.
Jesus Christ.
Then he touches Johnny, and that's when we get the perfect line reading of, take your hands off of me. But then Angelo's kind of like yelling at Harp, saying, it's like, respect your elders, then punches him out.
Yeah, knocks him out cold.
And then they go after Bodie. They knows where he's going. We got the whole like airport scene where like you got Angelo like hiding in the back. Mm-hmm. Johnny's trying to like, just like, tell me where she's at, bro. Just let her go now.
He's like, I'm not armed. Look at my abs.
Yeah. So yeah, and he does a little cute little spin. It's this really funny spin he does. It's so good. And then they have like a little shootout. Rest in peace, Angelo. Gets shot, which is Johnny's fault. He should have just got out of the way and it all been done.
Yep.
And then the surfer Roach.
Oh yeah.
He was shot and then he shot Angelo.
Yep.
Which leads to like one of my like this next scene when they're getting the airplane. Mm-hmm. It's like Johnny, Bodie, and Roach. It's like Roach is like, I'm getting cold, man. And then like
don't worry, I'm a doctor.
And then Johnny comes up. You're getting cold because all the blood's leaving your body. It's like, got him. Such a good line.
And then the rainbow comes with the stars. Yeah, like, the more you know.
But yeah, so essentially they're about to jump. They're jumping in Mexico. And then, what is it? I'm blank. Oh, he like just throws his buddy out.
Yeah, with the parachute.
And then they're kind of arguing, Johnny and Bodie, and he's like, you want me so bad, it's like acid in your mouth.
Well, don't know what that feels like, but yeah, okay.
They smooch. And then you got the dope scene where he like falls out
already. Yeah.
And then you got Johnny jumps out of the plane.
Hold on a second. Right here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So earlier you asked me, what would I change about this movie to make it different?
Absolutely
nothing. There were a lot of places. A lot of things that could have changed.
I couldn't even think of one.
This was one of the main parts that I thought of immediately. Was the guy he's like, okay, I'm gonna leave now. Like Patrick Swayze throws his gun down, jumps out of the plane.
Mm-hmm. Why did he do that?
He should have shot the pilot. But
no, he doesn't. He's not a violent guy.
Are you kidding me?
He only killed one guy.
He didn't give a crap about morals at this point. Nothing matters except getting
spiritual, bro.
Nothing matters except getting that 50-year wave.
He doesn't want Johnny to die. He does like Johnny. So if he shoots the guy, then Johnny
But all
die.
of his buddies died. Every single one of them.
Yeah, but bro.
Okay, you're right. But it also could have solved the problem with...
Just to let you know, I'm doing like this.
Yeah, he's doing the surf's up.
Shaka bra.
Thank you. Yep.
Jason
it would have made more sense to me if he would have shot the pilot. Because Keanu Reeves is just like, oh man, he got to shoot. I'm just going to have to go after this guy.
Yeah, well.
I can't just like land safely and go chase him later.
He can't. He'll be gone.
And Tyler would die.
No, he would let Tyler go.
Yeah, probably.
He didn't want Tyler to die. I mean,
that's his woman.
He
says that.
But yeah, and then he jumps out of the plane with no chute, and it rules.
It does kind of rule. I just wish the plane would have already been going down.
Mythbusters said it was possible that you could jump out and catch somebody.
Well, yeah, it's in a movie. Duh.
So it's real. It can happen. Just so you know. And it's one of the coolest things.
It is very cool.
something that couldn't happen is opening chute like 8 feet from the ground and surviving. I was like, these guys are dead.
They were pretty hurt when they landed.
Yeah, especially Johnny. And that knee's done at this point.
But you know.
No, they have to have like just straight up. That's a robot knee now.
Yeah, it's a bust. He should have been just a sack of bones at this point. But when he drives off, he lets Tyler go.
Mm-hmm.
And then Tyler runs up to him. She's in her lingerie.
Yeah.
She didn't have a chance to change.
I guess not.
Which is, must be a hostage thing. I don't know.
Well, I'm sure they just got her while she was sleeping and just took her.
Yeah, yeah, I guess. You're right. That is exactly what happened. And then she's running after him. She's like, she gets to him, and they just start making out.
Mm-hmm. They start kissing because she thought she was about to die. She loves him.
She's just like, I think it's just the way she's way too into him at this point. She's like nuzzling his neck. She's like,
yeah.
I'm so glad to be with you.
Do you see who it is? It's Keanu Reeves, bro.
Isn't Lori Petty a lesbian?
Oh, I don't know.
She could act.
I don't remember.
Watch Tank Girl. She could act.
Yeah. Her career was really short though. Like after Tank Girl literally ruined her career.
Yeah, it was bad. It was such a bad movie.
I remember watching it as like a kid and just being like, this is crazy. I like it.
That was cool.
Yeah, as a kid. I don't remember a lot about it, but as a kid I thought it was really great.
Well, she was also I can't remember the other movie she was in. That was so good. Anyway, I thought she was in Hackers at first, but I was like, no,
that's Angelina.
That's Angelina. Oh,
crap, there is another movie that Lori Petty's in that's really good. I'll have to look it up later, I guess. But yeah, we're almost there. Johnny meets up with Bodhi in Australia. This is it. It's the 50-year storm.
And it's a doozy.
And he just can't let him do it. He's got to have a fight. And then Johnny gets beat up again. He literally just gets the crap beat out of him.
He's about to drown.
But then, he does a really smart move. Say he's a bad cop, but the handcuff thing was a really good idea.
Okay, yeah. Lori Petty, she's been Googling. She was in Tank Girl, Point Break, A League of Their Own.
That's what it is, movie. A League of Their Own, yeah.
Free Willy,
yeah.
In the Army Now with Pauly Shore. She was great in that movie.
That's the one I didn't see.
That's the one I remember her from.
Well, Gracie almost fell off and died.
And some other stuff. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah, she was definitely
she was a 90s it girl.
Late 80s, 90s. She was all over the place. And then that was it. She just went away.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tank Girl.
Yeah. So he's drowned. So Patrick Swayze Bodhi is drowning Johnny Utah.
That's it. He's going to die.
In the water.
I don't think he would have killed him.
He's like, he would have killed him. Because he was trying to stop him
from
getting that way.
All he wanted. Because
that's all he wanted.
Bodhi knew he was going to die there. No matter what he was going to do.
I don't know.
All his friends were dead.
Knew that
Rosie was dead.
Yeah, but he didn't give a crap. I think he thought he could
cared about his friends. He did care about his friends.
Bodhi didn't give a shit about anybody except
Do you
Bodhi.
not see? He hurt when those guys got shot.
It's just a little, just enough to where he's like, oh.
Well, I
gotta get away now.
You gotta get away, bro.
No remorse.
But yeah, so he handcuffs him to Bodhi.
He's like, no.
It's like, just do it. Let me go. I can't live my life in a cage.
That Keanu Reeves is, or Johnny Utah is. He's just like, sure, man, I'll let you go.
Well, he knows he's gonna die.
Well, he knows that he's gonna get caught no matter what.
Bodhi essentially was just like, let me go. This is it for me. I'm not getting away. This is it.
Yeah, he's like, what am I gonna do? Paddle to New Zealand?
Yeah.
And of course, obviously, all the other FBI agents are pissed that he just let go of this.
Yeah. Are they trying to do Australian accents? They all have weird, I'm like, are these just weird voice people or are they doing Australian accents?
Yeah, they had the Australian police there with the cool plastic bags.
Yeah, but there's
cool
a couple of them that were talking and I'm like, you're trying to do an accent, but it didn't sound like you're doing an accent.
And this part was great. I loved it when Bodhi goes out to the waves to catch the big wave. Why couldn't they just have him ride this shit out?
No, dude.
He just beefed it. He beefed it immediately.
Because he's too big for his britches.
It would have been so much cooler to have a sick fucking wave on a giant tube.
Do you want this movie to be realistic? Do you not want it to be realistic?
I want it to be good. That's all.
It is good.
All right, so he beefs it. He's probably dead.
I think he was just like, I got on this wave. It's too much for me to handle. It's time to die.
Yeah.
Because after the 50-foot wave, what is he going to do? There's nothing else. He's done everything.
Go to prison and live.
No. He can't live his life in a cage.
He can't be contained. He's so much bro.
Gracie, just get down.
But yeah, he gets on the wave. He beefs it immediately. It looks like he didn't even try.
He stood up. I mean, apparently that was a real surfer. I think the wave was just too big.
The wave was huge. All right, okay.
I'm gonna have to. Well, I mean, they watched it on HBO Max. They had like a little trailer for like some 100-foot wave thing. I'm gonna have to watch it. See how possible it is. I'm gonna have to see it.
At least let him like go through the tube a little bit.
Yeah.
Like show like the joy that he gets.
I do understand. It would have been cool just to see him a little longer on the wave. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then you got Johnny Utah's. He's just like
he's walking away. Or no, they're just like, he's gonna get away. He's not getting away.
He's not going anywhere. And
he walks away and
he throws he looks at his badge, his FBI badge. He's like,
tosses.
I'm a terrible agent.
He throws it. It's great. It's perfect.
After what was it, like a 6-month wait, how much time has passed?
So
since they landed in Mexico and they went to Australia for the waves.
Let's say like from when he was the FBI agent, let's say that was to the point where Bodhi gets away. Let's say that's 2 months, maybe, probably less.
Uh-huh.
And then but the first party that he went to, that was a year. So he's at least an FBI agent for a little over a year.
Oh, I missed that part. It was a year.
Yeah, the 50-year storm was in a year. So that's why I knew. It's like, I just got to wait a year.
1 year.
1 year, yeah.
Okay. Patrick Swayze looked so much older with short hair.
Mm-hmm.
But when he finds him on the beach, he goes up to him. He's like, I went to every city in Mexico.
Yeah, because he was just on the search for him.
Every single city. That takes a while.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of cities in Mexico.
You got that government money, FBI money.
I guess, but like you don't have.
I want to know how he has
rocket
a job.
Cars. Exactly, and this is where Johnny Utah's like, I'm awful at this.
Yeah,
and he just quits.
It's like the Sergeant Harp is like, thank God. So get out of here. Because if you think about it, it's probably smart to throw the thing away because he's going to like go back to the thing. It's like, did you get him? Yeah.
But I'll let him go.
And then I'll let him go. It's like, what were we doing here?
Did he at least get like a huge wave? No, he sucked.
I mean, he got on the board and then immediately crashed because turns out 50-year storm, yeah, too much for anybody.
Turns out waves are hard. And I would know nothing about this because I'm not a surfer.
Yeah, that's always one of those things, like, because, I was big into the movie Ninja Surfers.
Yeah, that was sweet.
That was one of the VHSs I had. Loved that movie. I had what's his name? Naked Gun guy. What's his name? Just going to look it up. Neil, Naked Gun. Come on, I can get there. Leslie Nielsen. Yeah, loved him.
Yeah, it was funny.
And, everybody loved Ninja Turtles. They surfed, right?
They surfed in sewage water.
Yeah, they surfed sometimes. I remember.
Gross.
I guess they mainly skateboarded.
Sewage water.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should have went to the beach more. But they were in New York, I guess.
But that's it. That's Point Break. I can't believe you never saw it up until this point.
What a ride this was.
And it's just so weird. It's like, I was like, man, I can't wait to start this podcast with Jason.
And
it's
hopefully we'll agree on everything.
We're going to do thousands of episodes and 11 in and it's already over.
It's not over.
It was a great podcasting.
It's just beginning. I think
you're fired.
I like the friction.
I'm getting a new guy.
The friction is good. That's so whenever you can remember this, whenever I make you watch something really dumb.
That's true.
Like Beavis and Butthead do the universe.
Yeah, but I like Beavis.
I do too. All right.
I'm literally not going to lie. I was like, oh man, he hadn't seen Point Break. I'm about to change his life. No, but I do get it. It is a very silly movie.
No, but it had there were some really great actors.
It is kind of one of those movies. It's just like, This is fun.
I thought maybe it was like 30 minutes too long. It was kind of a long movie.
I'm just trying to think of insults
to
throw at you.
It'll come to you. Just let it come naturally.
No, I think if they could. I don't know. I'm trying to think of what I would want to cut.
Maybe I was just tired. I don't know.
No.
If they would have cut out like 10% of the bruhs.
No.
Bro.
Thing is, I didn't think they cut out enough. I was actually reading some of like the deleted scenes and I was like, dang, they should have added that. They should have added that.
The one where they're like riding sharks through the waves. Yeah, that would have been sweet.
Maybe that would have been slightly too far. That's not a real thing. That could have been slightly too far.
Oh,
but that's Point Break.
I did have a fun time watching this movie.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking like, I can completely see why people like this. And like, I was thinking to myself, like, why haven't I seen this before now?
Yeah, it is pretty wild that you've missed it. But
I know.
I don't know. Like, it should have been on TV at some point. And you're just like, Keanu Reeves, Patrick Swayze? Yes, please.
I was too busy being a romantic Patrick Swayze.
Oh. I mean, he had, like, this was his last, like, big movie.
Before he got cancer?
Well, no, so this is 91. So, like, it will, like, let me look up his run real quick. Because, I mean, he had Ghost, Roadhouse, and this. Like,
I never saw Roadhouse either.
You've never seen Roadhouse?
Yeah.
You think this is dumb. That movie's dumb and also perfect.
I think I've only seen him in like Ghost and Dirty Dancing.
Oh, Dirty Dancing. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. No, he's perfect in those two movies. Those movies rule. So yeah, this is a year after.
16-year-old girl. We've certainly come a long way.
Isn't she 18 or 17?
I think she's 16.
Was she 16? Oh man, I don't even remember.
Yeah, it's real dirty. Real dirty dancing.
Okay, let's see. Let's look at
his repertoire.
So yeah, he had Red Dawn 84. That's kind of
Red Dawn. I did see
that's
that.
his big hit. Cool. Love that movie. There's a movie Youngblood. I've heard and people. I don't think people like the movie, but he's apparently good. Then 87 Dirty Dancing, 89 Roadhouse, 90 Ghost, 91 Point Break.
We just did it.
Yep.
The skateboard movie.
And that's probably like his biggest film. So 91. And then you got 95, where he did like Tu Wong Fu. Thanks for Everything. I don't know if you know. That's like it's got Wesley Snipes, John Leguizamo, Patrick Swayze, and they're drag queens.
Sweet.
And they're like going across the country.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, I don't think you're allowed to watch it in Tennessee anymore.
Yeah, it's illegal.
Then he did like the truck driving movie, Black Dog.
Oh, I saw Black Dog. It was horrible.
Yeah. And then honestly, like after Tu Wong Fu, which I've only seen like I think half of it. Me and my wife watched. It's actually it's really funny. You should watch it. It's actually it's pretty good. Yeah. Donnie Darko is like his last good movie.
Oh yeah,
he's the teacher. He's like the bad guy in it. Yeah,
so cool.
He's really good in it, but yeah, that's kind of it. I mean, he's in more movies, but they're just I don't know. I've never watched any of them.
Black dog shit.
Yeah, I mean, he was in like the Dirty Dancing Havana Nights, which was like a sequel.
Saw that one.
Yeah, he was in that movie. Oh, well, but that's Point Break. So
yeah, apparently there was like I read about this. Actually, I watched a documentary about this. There were some bank robberies going on in California around this time. Before the movie came out, but once the movie came out, some people actually did this.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. I didn't do any research on it.
I'm sure it went very well for them.
But I don't think they got caught, and I may be wrong about that completely. But yeah, that was kind of a cool thing to hear.
Yeah, because I mean. Back then, I guess it was just easy to do. Now you couldn't. I think it's like impossible to rob a bank now, right? There is no money in banks, really. I mean, it's all in like...
It's all monopoly money.
It's all in like those, wherever the ATM
It's all in those big sacks with the dollar sign on them.
Yeah, that's where it's all at. Yeah, I mean, I guess really, no one goes into banks. It's all, you just kind of rob ATMs, right?
Yeah, just steal an ATM. And surf with it.
You know, it's only... Yeah, that's how you gotta do it. You'd have to make, if they did it, well, I mean, I guess they did remake it, but.
I never saw that one either.
Yeah.
Heard it was bad.
I don't know.
But
apparently, like, the cinematography in it is really good because, I mean, camera work now is, like, even better.
Sure.
Probably still doesn't look as good. But yeah, that's it.
They don't have sick one-liners like,
yeah, definitely. Well, I think, like, the problem is, like, I looked up the cast before and I was like, it's just a bunch of, might as well have planks of wood out there. It's like just a bunch of people that don't look like anybody. Like, I don't know. It's like what, Plank from Ed, Edd n Eddy?
Yeah. That would have been better. I think that would have made it better.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, next week it's a favorite for both of us. But it's your pick. It's
remember
Mallrats.
Yeah, Mallrats.
Yeah.
Kevin Smith.
So your wife's not gonna watch this one probably.
Probably not.
Because if we have issues with this movie,
yeah, major.
This next movie is gonna be worse.
Holy cow.
Love Jesus. Kevin Smith though. Right, I'm so excited. I can't believe this is our first Kevin Smith movie that we're doing.
I'm excited. It's gonna be fun.
Really? I guess it's.
Do you know he swore off weed after he had the heart attack?
Did he swear off weed?
Yeah, he swore off weed. He lost like 180 pounds.
Yeah, I know he lost a lot of weight.
And
I follow him on Instagram
trying
and stuff.
To be healthy and not die.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a goal we should all have.
It's like, I don't know. Love that guy. Love Kevin Smith. Listen to his podcast all the time. Sometimes. Sometimes.
I've never listened to it. I'll have to give it a try.
Well, I listened to his he had like a podcast called Fat Man Beyond.
That sounds cool.
But he had to change it. Oh no, it's Fat Man on Batman.
Oh.
Yeah.
That sounds like.
And it's just kind of like a nerd podcast talking about Star Wars and like DC and Marvel. But then he lost all the weight. And he's like, well, it's not Fat Man on Batman anymore. Because like him and his hosts, like, they're not big. So he changed it to Fat Man Beyond.
Oh, that makes sense.
He's not fat anymore. He's beyond it, I guess. No. But yeah, so next week is Mallrats.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening. Like, follow, subscribe, all the things.
Yes, the things. We'll eventually figure out what those things are.
Oh, yeah, I guess we'll have a now that we've recorded a bunch in advance because I keep saying that every episode. We'll have an intro now.
Yes. Music.
By Joey Prosser. So
thank you, Joey.
I don't have any of his information. I'll re-record this if I need to. But thanks. Man, I really crush these endings. But yeah, thanks for listening. This has been We Recommend. Jesse.
I'm Jason.
Bye.
Bye.